Good evening, this is Josh Placer from GameWisdom.com, and in this video spotlight, I am taking a look at Valdis story Abyssal City. Abyssal? I think that's the correct pronunciation. This is an indie game that came out a few years ago, and what's very interesting about this game is the level of Metroidvania-like design that the game has. And it's really one of the most complete packages of a game that I've seen. And we are going to check that out tonight. It would have been one of my favorite games if not for some control issues, which we will probably also be taking a look at. Okay, so first you can see there's different difficulty levels. It gets really hard on Variant Godslayer, so I'm going to stick it to hard, just so we have a chance at seeing things. You can see there's two characters you can start with two additional ones, and the characters play pretty much completely different, which is a very unique touch compared to other Metroidvania games where you're just playing as one character. Okay, I played a few times before, so let's do this. Okay. So, controls are very touchy. Be it box, jump. 1 second, I just want to change. Can I change the, just wondering about the UI. I don't want it to be window. 1 second, folks. Graphics. No, I guess not. Oh well. We'll have to go with this. Okay, so we got... You can equip different gear, obviously. Spells. And you can also level your spells up as the game goes on. Now, if you look right here, you can see that you have light and dark magic, and then there's basically 4 different ways you can cast it, either in the air, up, to the side, or down. Okay. 1 second, just want to lower things down, just so I can hear myself. Okay. As you can see, by holding down the right trigger, I basically get put into spellcasting mode. So I can go up, left, down, or do it while in the air. You have combat split between a heavy attack and a normal one. That's Y and X. Got some evil things to kill, of course. And lots of hidden things to look for. You can see I can knock enemies up in the air by hitting the jump button immediately after I attack. You can see enemies will also block. Oop. And if you look in the upper left, you can see my health and current magic. There we go. Oop, damn you. And iron and these various items will be used for the crafting system. Now, one thing about the game that I think really... Let's see, will they let me change the key bindings are a little weird, as you can see. You have to sort of go by the commands. You can see. Just trying to get things a little bit better. One thing about the game, in terms of from a control perspective, the game makes use of just about every button on your gamepad. That's not exactly a good thing, because it makes controls seem very more complicated than what they should be. Oh. There we go, leveled up. And now I can add points to my various stats. So this guy, I believe, focuses on strength and agility, while intelligence and luck really aren't that thing. So I'm going to put something into my strength, get that bumped. And now each character actually has 3 skill trees, which you can put points into. So you can see we can just go for basic attack, combos of 4 more increase attack damage, critical chance, armor, health, magic resistance, and this is his spell casting. I'm just going for pure combat for right now, get that 5% of damage. And of course, lots of treasure chests. So with this is basically like my health tank. If I die, I will recover. Oop, you missed me. So this guy's Y attack basically can block break, which is really important. The other character doesn't have that, I believe. The graphics are pretty nice, I will say. But there's a whole lot of exploration in this game. That's what really makes it a good Metroidvania. There's just so much you can really do. Haha, block that. And of course you want to pick up all these items. Uh-oh. Get off me, you. And of course there's different people here. Let's see. I really want to show you guys the first boss fight, because Valdis Story does something very interesting compared to other Metroidvania games. But first we have to get there. I can't go anywhere else. There's my good old mini-map. Okay. Got some locked doors here. You know what? Oh, 1 second. I want to do some changing these controls. Okay, so left button is map. I'm gonna make that. Make that be block. I'm gonna make it. There we go. Oop. The reason why I'm doing that is simply for better placement of my hands. This way I know that my right hand is going to be for everything to do with combat, and my left hand can worry about movement and blocking and all that other important stuff. Can't break through there. It's very important from a control perspective to do that, because if you have too many things assigned to one hand or one side of the controller, it can make the controls a lot harder because you're putting a lot more strain on that one side than you would otherwise. And you can see this guy is blocking. Die. Okay, there's my air spell. Should be coming to the first boss. Oop. Oh, I can sign things like that immediately. Oh, that's nice. I can switch between them just by doing those two shortcuts. Should be coming to a save position too. Nope. Here's another door. The game really loves to have these doors that you can't open and you have to come back to. Is that another help? Come on. Master Scroll. Okay, so this is one of the things that can be very annoying. And this is what I was talking about a minute ago regarding having to make control assignments to one element or one part of your key, or your gamepad. If you look at this, in order to perform a dash, I have to press down and then immediately press left or right. The problem is that during the heat of combat, while your hand is moving, there's a good chance you're going to go down and cause the dash to trigger. And as you see below my little experience bar in the upper left, it recharges after a few seconds. But if you're not careful, you may accidentally trigger it when you don't want it. There you go, got him. Another level up. And we'll do 2 there. Critical chance. I'm just going to go for good old health. Now, the use of this dash cancel is vital for playing Valdis story, because it's the only way to get around enemies who are strong, and it's also used to do this little stop. These trigger-sensitive switches are a major part of the game's play, and they're going to come in very handy as we get further in. Okay, so we apparently unlocked a super move, and this is the save station. First, I will get a new item. Where is it? Can I change? There we go. Wait, what did I pick up? Oh, I can go unarmed or regular. Alright. We'll save. And of course, we're saving because we're going to be coming to a boss any second now. And what's interesting is that if I play the other character, she features completely different moves, spells, and just handles a lot more differently than this guy. Now, since the last time I played it, they have been doing some enhancements to the game, balancing it and just changing. Alright, this is the first boss fight. And I want to show this off because this is where Valdis story goes very differently compared to other Metroidvanias. Alright, first, get ready. Okay. Right now, while it may not look it, I am being graded on how well I am fighting this guy. And if I was playing on the higher difficulty level, this guy would be, of course, even harder to fight. Come on. What the hell? I can't get up there. So right here, you can see I got a grade of SBS. And the game actually rewards you with permanent stat increases for doing better at these bosses. That's pretty much unheard of from a Metroidvania style game. And this game has a lot of bosses. We're talking like Gunstar Heroes level amount of bosses for some of you older fans listening. And I'm going to stop. I'm going to pause for one quick second here. The game, for those of you who didn't catch it, the game grades you on how much damage you took, how quickly you fought the boss, and whether or not you use one of your healing potions. As you can see to the right of my health, the potion is still intact. So if I would have had to rely on that as a second life, that would have affected my grade drastically. Alright. recovering health. I guess it's from these guys. Okay. It's important to learn to always have your block ready in this game. Combat is a little floaty because of the fact that they tie combo presses to the A button as well. That's how I do this little knock-up attack. Okay, we should be coming to the village. Yeah, here we go. There's a deeper story involved in this, but I haven't really delved too far into it. Let's see. So the trading post is basically your crafting station. In order to get more stuff, I need to trade in the things that I find. So as you can see, in order to get more health, I need to trade in a demon ruby, polished stone, and iron. But then I can also use my iron to get steel, which will be used in other crafting. You know what? 10% more health. I think that's really good. We'll take that. And again, this is definitely a Metroidvania in the classical sense. We have huge exploration, RPG mechanics, and just so much exploration here. Okay. So now if I switch this to becoming evil, you can see, let's look at these spells. So this is the dark variant of my normal spells. Explosive. I get plus magic. I become, looks like invisible. And my air becomes like this rain of, looks like blood. Okay, let's switch this back. A bunch of people to talk to. Alright, another store. So you can see this one gives you elixirs. So this would be really, really nice to have. Instant charging rate for, I guess, my spells. Take 30% more damage. Wow. So the game definitely gives you a lot of things to look for. And I'm going to assume this guy's going to get a double jump ability at some point in the future. Oop. What does she have? So you can see I can trade for some new items, but I need more stones and such. But, okay, this is, I believe, a waypoint. Basically being taken through the town. There you go, there's a ruler. Yeah, come on. I don't know, honestly, if this is like the first and only game in the series, or if there's more to it than this. Something about demons and angels fighting, and you're sort of in this, like, middle area. There we go, we got a wall hook now. Alright, so now I can do wall jumping, so you can see. There we go. And that's one very important thing that makes up a good Metroidvania, is that you unlock new abilities that actually serve a purpose and aren't just simply keys to getting new areas. With this wall jump, I can now access a little bit more of the areas around. I think, let's see. Not ready for that yet. A lot of the more poor Metroidvania games, such as when I reviewed Lords of Shadow, Mirror of Fate a few weeks ago, is the fact that the moves that you unlock don't really change how the game is played. So far in the... I can actually check the time here. We've been playing for about 20 minutes. In the 20 minutes I've been playing, we've already unlocked a dash ability and wall jumping. And that's really good from a Metroidvania standpoint, because it means that your moveset is consistently evolving. Let's see, can I do anything up here? No, I'm going to need a double jump for that. I believe we're also going to be coming to a second boss in a few minutes. I think it was like 3 bosses or 2 bosses in the first 30 minutes of play. Alright. So how the game works is that your light skills work better against demons, dark skills work better against the demons. I mean, dark to angel, light to demons. My mistake. So I'm going to switch to, I guess, being evil. So there is a story involved with this, but I don't know like if there's any other games to it. Alright, I can break his block there. You can see this is where the wall jump comes in handy. Alright, so I can't use that device, unfortunately. Oh, there's some new items. Another important part of Metroidvania design is that the levels have to change to match your new skill sets. As you can see, after that first area, we're running to a lot more areas that require the wall jump ability. And that's of course because of the fact that we now have that option. If you just give the player new mechanics and don't enhance anything, then you're not really making it all that different. Let's see. Of course, you won't fight because you'll get more experience, and there's a chance you may level up and get some new gear as well. I'm sorry, gear, and then the leveling up will get you new stats, which can be applied to your traits and whatnot. Alright. Okay. Again, sometimes because your dash is triggered by your down on the keyboard, or down the gamepad, I've had these cases where it goes off when I don't want it to, because my hand naturally pushes down as I'm trying to do stuff with the gamepad. Alright, can I actually use this yet? No. Okay. Platforming is a little bit challenging, again, because your character is so reactive. You have to be a little careful when you're doing precision jumping like this. There we go. Ow. Go away. Okay. Is this the right way? Oh, treasure chest, that's just what we want. Come on, get over there. Alright, spirit potion. So the spirit potion is basically the energy tank for your magic. As you can see, enemies will respawn when you leave an area and come back. Now what's interesting, you may not be noticing it while I'm swinging the sword around, but I am altering between the X and Y attacks. You can see the Y attacks have a little shine to my sword, while the X attack is just really quick. And already the game has a much deeper combat system than Lords of Shadow. Okay. That door is locked. Oh, that's a big boy. Let's see. Of course, I'm trying to go specifically to the dead ends. Alright, so this is what I was talking about with these heavier guys. You can't break their shield, so your only option is to dash behind them. But if you accidentally trigger the dash at the wrong time, you're basically left to get your ass kicked by them. Alright. So here's the challenge. I have to get all the way back to the top in order to get that treasure. 4, 3. There we go, I got it. And my reward? Some armor. Nope. There we go. +2 strength, +1 int. +15, immune to Sans Freeze. Every 6 attack does a burst of light magic. So this just gives me 5% more attack damage. So maybe I will go for this, because it gives me strength. You can see my armor has changed. So the left route is correct. Okay, we have another... What? I'm not sure what that is. But I can save there. Now is that big guy back again? So you can see when he activates his shield, if I keep attacking, he's going to counter my attack. So your only option is to use your dash cancel to get around him. Like so. Alright. And now, of course, because I am a completist, I want to see if there's anything else up there. I don't think there is. Oh, don't want to get hit by that. Oh. I do my little air trigger to get up there. So another treasure chest just out of arm's reach. The game just really loves to tempt you with those, which is actually a good part of a Metroidvania. Oh god, don't want to fight him yet. I'm not sure what that blue haze is or what that is. Oh god, fell again. Get away from me. Alright, so I believe I'm blocked here. Oh, neat. I can get him around like that. So you can see the only way, once he puts that shield up, so you have to use the cancel. Up there. When they're going green like that, means that the enemy's blocking you, so you have to kill them to get by. Don't know what that is, but I think just decoration. Alright, good old hopping around. There we go. I'm sure we're about to fight another boss. I think it's like right here. Yep, boss time. Get ready, go. Alright, I turn on my super focus attack to increase, I guess, my combos or whatever. Alright. Take that, you little creature of death. Die. Oh. Where'd he go? Alright, so I die, but I use my little orb, but I don't want to do that. So I'm just gonna let him kill me. Come on. Kill me. There's no penalty for retrying the boss fights, it's only using your little spell or your healing potion. Alright, gotta get away from that. Okay, there's his little death laser. Okay. Oh no! Ah. Okay. So whenever he does his hop, I have to know to get out of the way. Wish there was a quicker way to restart. Alright. Just have to let him kill me. Huh. Alright, finish. This is kind of the other problem with the fact that the bosses give you permanent upgrades. Because if you mess up on a boss fight, you really just have to restart the fight in order to have any chance of getting these upgrades, which are pretty important, really. Alright, come on, you. Okay, so it should be out. Okay. Where are you? Okay. Come on. As you can see, because I'm using the devil or the darker spells, it's doing a lot more damage to his holy shield there. There we go. S-A-S. Alright, I got an S, and my reward, I got +5 armor from that. And you may not see it, but I also got an achievement. Got some rare items there. Alright. What should we bump up? Let's bump up luck. And I will give myself some armor. I think that's going to be really useful. Okay, where to go? Anything useful in here? Oh, I see a treasure chest. Alright, so with this, I can now use these stones. And these stones basically activate something for that set period of time. So, if we go back over here, watch that door, it's activated, we can now go. Now I believe there was something over here that which we could interact with. Yeah, right here. Die. Okay, get around there. Finish this. Alright, now we just have to turn this thing on. See, we only have 5, 4, 3, 2. There we go, die. And your reward, more mana. The game throws a lot of these little challenges at you. And it's just a side way of getting more upgrades. And again, it's another way to reward the player for mastering these mechanics. Okay, so we are here. Can't go that way. Okay, 7, 6, 5, 4. There we go. Can't get up there, unfortunately. Okay. Good, come on. Whew. And the combat is a little bit flowy just because of the fact that they have so many of the mechanics and such tied to each other. Alright, so we have 43 seconds to get over there. Come on. Gotta hurry up. Mm-mm. What the hell? Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do it, but I can at least kill this guy. Not sure what that is. There we go. So you really do need to use these magic skills to really stand a chance. So now if I activate this one, it's only got a 9-second timer. So I have to hit the one at the bottom first in order to have any chance. So we have to go all the way back down here. Okay, so we came up. Okay, let's see if we can do it. Come on. Okay, we're still good, we're still good. Almost there. Six, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, made it through that one. Ah. Damn. They really don't want you to get that item. But of course, that makes you want to get it more because you know it's probably something really good. Okay. You got to make extensive use of your dash in order to move quick enough too. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Okay, there's that one. Okay, so there's the door. Okay, almost there. Yes. Whew. And my reward, if we go back over here, another piece of armor. So this one gives me less strength, it gives me agility. And you can see the armor is also rated, all your gear is rated between light and darkness. So that gives you an idea of what to equip where. We have some new armor, and thankfully a save point, because I am really close to dying there. Alright, actually let me check the time for a quick second here. We're at 40 minutes in. I think we'll do the next boss and then we'll call for this video, but I definitely want to play the game more, so look forward to more episodes. Ah, I blocked and it still hurt. Man, these things are a pain in the ass. Ugh. One problem is that you really don't have defensive options once you're in the air. You don't really like an air dash, and your block doesn't really do much. Okay, so right. Wow, I'm getting killed already. Oh boy. Where are you? Whew. Fortunately, you're not great on your regular play, so I don't have to worry too much about that. Is this the boss? Yeah, this is the boss. So to even hurt this guy, you need to climb up. Or I'm sorry, I actually just have to hit his little weak point there. I think I will respawn. But this is kind of the problem. My controls are constantly moving as I'm trying to do stuff here. Not just because of the fact that he's throwing the spells around, but it's just very annoying to sometimes try to stay in one spot. You can see I'm moving around a lot just by swinging. Huh. Why is my health going down? Is it because of the guy? Let's see, is it my armor? That's weird. I wonder if it's the environment. Alright, but I should be able to now fight him with some full health. Alright, so I broke that one. Now we need to climb up here. Okay. So you can see I have to find the crystals that are actually going to hurt him. So now his head's vulnerable, so I have to hit that. There's his thing there. Now the shield is back up there. Okay, so that one is now broken. So now we just gotta find the next one. Oh no. Okay, there's that. So now his head is vulnerable again. There we go. A, C, S. So I got like I got an A rank for that. Magic +2. So you can see we fought 3 bosses that are very different fights. Alright, so with that, I've now unlocked a new spell. So you can see now we can go from light, dark, and now ice. So let's switch over and you can see the difference. So you can see I can now place little platforms which will let me jump around a lot easier. Okay, 4, 3, 2. Six, 5, 4, good. Made it to the other city. So I think what I will do is keep that as the dark. Now of course when I start fighting more the angels, the devils, I'll switch these spells around. But I'm going to keep that as my down just so I have this easy way around. I think at the next save point we'll call for this video. As I said, we will come back to this with other videos. Because it's a very interesting game. Probably one of the more impressive Metroidvanias I've seen from the indie market. Okay. Anything good down here? can't break through there just yet. Okay. So this guy's a dark armor, so he will only work on those types of armor that I can then upgrade, but I don't have any on me at the moment. Let's see. Okay, and this guy will improve angelic armor, which I have one, but I don't have the item needed to upgrade. You can see what this will do. See anyone else I can... Nope, can't trade for that yet. There's a lot of stuff in this game to go after, and it does really add to the experience. Okay. There's our save point, that's good. Okay. So more of the elixirs, I only need them. Good. Okay, yeah. So that's going to be a shortcut back to the first town. Do I get a larger map? Well, not as large as I would like. But you can see I'm only 31% explored this area. Okay, so there's a band garden to the east. Okay, and then once I go over there, there will be another boss. Alright, let's do a time check. We're at 48 minutes in. Can't go there. There we go, that's the right way. Okay, so according to them, I should switch to being light. Because I'm now fighting some of these more nastier enemies. Ugh. The problem with the controls and why the game is so floaty like this is that you get locked into a lot of attacks simply by no fault of your own, just because of the combo chains. What the hell was that? 2, go. Okay. And actually, I would recommend, in terms of control, that I could put the dash onto a block modifier instead of down, just so I have more control over it. Because you're naturally going to hit the block button, but you can't dash while you're blocking. Okay, so these are the abandoned gardens. This is the next area. So you know what? I think I'm going to call it right here. This is a good spot to end this video. Let me know what you think about the game, and if you want to see more videos sooner rather than later. For those of you who've been watching this live, thanks so much for tuning in. What's going on? Oh, that's just the opening cutscene playing. So, and for those of you watching this on YouTube and would like to see more, please like and subscribe to the channel. That'll help me out a lot. And please check out game-wisdom.com for posts and podcasts relating to game design and the industry, as well as our ongoing Patreon campaign to secure some much-needed monthly funding to keep all this running. You can find me on Patreon under Josh Spicer or Game Wisdom, and any donation would be greatly appreciated. And if you'd like to watch these videos live, for those of you on YouTube, please check out my Twitch channel at 10 Eastern, most nights under GW Bicer. So, thanks again for tuning in tonight. Have a great rest of the weekend for those of you watching this live, and I will catch you all real soon with some more videos. Take care.